Last year, 10 home countries resettled to North Dakota. Really, though, for the most part, it's been about 4 countries where we see most of our resettlement activity happening in North Dakota, and has been for about 5 or 6 years. Those are the countries of Iraq, Somalia, Bhutan, and then to a smaller degree, Congo.
Bhutan, Somalia, Congo, and Iraq. According to Lutheran Social Services CEO Jessica Thomason, that is where a majority of the refugees that settle in North Dakota come from. So the big question is, could Syrian refugees be coming to North Dakota soon? Good evening and welcome to 630 Point of View. I'm Chris Berg. Thanks so much for joining us. Lutheran Social Services released a statement this afternoon about the resettlement of Syrian refugees right here in North Dakota. And part of the statement reads as follows. The determination of who will be resettled in any resettlement site in the United States is made by the U.S. State Department in conjunction with the voluntary agencies LSS North Dakota works with Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service and Episcopal Migration Ministries. LSS-ND has stated to these agencies, including the State Department, that it does not feel Syrian resettlement to North Dakota makes sense due to the lack of an established Syrian presence in our communities and due to its focus of resettling families wanting to reunite with family already living in North Dakota. LSS-ND has not resettled Syrian refugees in the past. Now, also North Dakota Governor Jack Dalrymple, he also released a statement earlier today, and part of it reads as follows. Lutheran Social Services of North Dakota, the state's only, keep this in mind, only organization to assist in resettlements, has informed us that they have not placed Syrian refugees in the state and do not expect to resettle Syrian refugees in the future. Gives everyone a little bit of a sense of relief, I think. But here's the key thing I want you to think about tonight. One of the most interesting things I want you to notice about the 2 statements I just shared with you is that you and I, the people of North Dakota, do not really have any say as to who comes into our state through these refugee resettlement programs. Back in the 1980s, there was a thing called the Wilson-Fish Amendment. Please pay close attention to this, do your homework, that allowed a state to essentially opt out of the refugee resettlement program. And as you can see here in the 3rd and 4th columns of this graphic, we, North Dakota, not only opted out of the refugee resettlement program, we now have a private, nonprofit, i.e. Lutheran Social Services, administering the refugee resettlement program right here in North Dakota. So not only do you and I not have a say as to who comes in our state, we also do not have a say in how our tax dollars are being spent on supporting refugees, i.e. taxation without representation. Pretty interesting and shocking stuff, in my opinion. Would love to know your thoughts. With us tonight to discuss this and much more in detail from Washington, D.C., talk about refugee resettlement, Congressman Kevin Cramer. Congressman Cramer, as always, thanks so much for joining us, sir. You heard my opening statement here. I guess what I want to know from you is, where am I going wrong? Is it accurate to say that the people of North Dakota right now really have got no say in who comes into our state and how our tax money is being spent on refugees?
Well, technically, I think you're exactly right, Chris. I mean, the history that you laid out is exactly right. When North Dakota decided it would not have a state resettlement agency, it did in fact then turn that authority over to the federal government, who then has the opportunity and has taken the opportunity to work with a private nonprofit, in this case Lutheran Social Services of North Dakota. Now, that said, you know, we could have a debate about whether we want another state bureaucracy doing this or whether it's okay to acquiesce to the federal government. Generally speaking, we prefer to have local or state control, but in this case, at some point, the leadership of North Dakota decided they'd prefer to have the federal government have oversight. All of that said, however, Chris, you're right in this, that at the end of the day, unfortunately, it is the federal government's call, regardless of whether you have a state office or whether you have, you know, you're working with an agent, if you will, an agency of the federal government. So my bigger problem is that not only is it the federal government's call, it's largely the president's call without even really congressional input or oversight. And that, in my mind, creates even a bigger problem.
And I'm going to get to that in a moment, but I guess the thing is, so when you've got 15 governors of states coming out today and saying, hey, we're going to put the brakes on Syrian refugees, are they just doing that to make their constituents feel good, or do they actually have some say as to what's going on?
Okay, so they may not have technically have the authority or the power, but they certainly have the influence of their offices.
But Congressman, that's the heart of what I'm getting at. Right here in North Dakota, if Governor Jack Dalrymple, which you read the statement, he really hid behind LSS, right. But even if he did have the say, right now, according to the way we have it set up as a state, he couldn't do anything about it anyways because LSS is running the whole operation, correct?
Perhaps, however, LSS is hopefully a good citizen of North Dakota. I think that they are. And you look at other states that have said no to refugees. The federal government has largely honored that. I think the same would be true in a case like North Dakota or any other sovereign state of the country. Now, let's face it, we are dealing with a different kind of president than we've had in the past in terms of his willingness to go up against states. But that said, I want to get to the point that Governor Dalrymple's statement or any other governor's objection is not irrelevant, regardless of the technicalities of their authority.
Well, and I think you bring up a great point. My point again is, if you look like the waters of the U.S. rule, the situation of the Clean Power Plan, clearly
Right.
Attorney General Wayne Stenehjem has now filed lawsuits against the federal government. The way I understand the way we're set up now, we couldn't even do that through the AG again because LSS is running. Let's talk more about security and safety. Everyone here is saying, hey, you know what? Okay, LSS says we're not going to take Syrian refugees. The missing element to me, sir, and help me understand this, Iraq borders Syria. ISIS stands for the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. So even if it's not Syrian refugees, you just heard Jessica Thomason clearly say we're taking Iraqi refugees. Couldn't someone from ISIS easily slip into Iraq and end up within the U.S.?
Well, you raised a very important point. I mean, last year, North Dakota took in 80 Iraqi refugees, or 80 refugees from Iraq. We know already that at least one of the people that perpetrated the attack on France was either a Syrian refugee or posed as a Syrian refugee. In other words, it's not just about the geography that a person comes from or that they can prove they came from, but rather, I think it's a bigger issue. That's why I support Brian Babin's bill that puts a freeze on all refugees, as I said on your show last week, until we can get a better handle on the entire refugee program. Not just say no Syrians. That's easy to say. It's much harder to enforce.
And I want to get to some of those bills in a moment, Congressman. A couple of the quick things I want to touch on. One is this: is what I don't understand is we obviously see that there's radical Islam out there. It is right now taking over what happened in Paris, many parts of Europe. Why can't the UN, the United States, NATO, somebody create safe zones in either Iraq and Syria and put the refugees there rather than have them go and spread this radical Islam into the West?
Well, first of all, they could if they want to, and that is a far better strategy than what we're asking, what we're suggesting as an alternative, and that is to bring them to the United States or other Western countries. I think you're going to see a much stronger emphasis that direction, just given what's happened. Unfortunately, it seems to always take this kind of severe attack to shake us to our core before we actually take the terrorists at their word and believe them when they say they're coming after us in every way possible.
Congressman, I want to touch on back in March, there was obviously the ISIS threat to the Minot Air Force Base. I'm going to share with you the message back from the middle of March. This is one of the leaders from ISIS saying, we want, Allah willing, Paris before Rome, then before it's called Al-Andalus, which is essentially Spain and Portugal. Then it talks about the White House and starting to hit America. Do you have any updates for us as far as the safety and security with now what happened in Paris for the Minot Air Force Base?
Well, I don't have anything specific about Minot except to tell you that everybody is on a heightened alert. And we can't talk, in my view, about Lutheran Social Services of North Dakota, the Refugee Resettlement Program in North Dakota, without considering the threat, the very specific threat from ISIS to people at the Minot Air Force Base. I mean, it's impossible to separate the two, at least it ought to be, which is why I take the terrorists at their word and have all along. Remember, it was the terrorists, it was ISIS that said they intend to use the refugee resettlement program to attack the West. They've fulfilled that promise. I don't know why we doubt any others.
1999, Osama bin Laden is going after the Twin Towers. He fulfilled that one as well. They said they're going after Paris. I mean, I don't know why we continue not to listen to these crazy people, these radical Islamists, not for their word. I just, as you can tell, I'm fired up. Last question for you, Congressman.
But yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
I was just going to say that we are, in the case of Paris, they didn't even listen to the intelligence sources that told them that this was a possible, if not likely.
There are reports out there that said that George Bush had reports in August before September what was going to go down, and he didn't listen as well. I just don't understand these people.
But Roosevelt had intelligence that the Japanese were coming for Pearl Harbor as well. There's something about doubt that has too big a place.
Well, I
in
hope
our
finally
minds.
we've got enough references to erase the doubt and start taking some action, which when you come back, Congressman, one of the things that a lot of people haven't talked about today, maybe we can talk about this, is in France it was a state of emergency. Martial law obviously was across the land. What's the potential of that happening here in the U.S.? Quickly, though, tonight it just came out, Congressman, that now you've got 15 of your colleagues that are going to draft legislation to defund the Syrian refugee resettlement program. Sounds like that's going to possibly be discussed tomorrow with Representative McCall. Would you support that?
I certainly wouldn't. I'm on Representative McCall. It's Chairman McCall's other bill already. Obviously, this is an opportune time in that sense because we're talking about the long-term omnibus spending bill that's in front of us. This would be an important rider to get on there. I've already signed off on a letter to leadership suggesting as much.
Congressman Cramer, we cannot thank you enough for your time. He just flew in today, people. We did everything he could to be here tonight, so thank you very, very much for taking the time to be with us.
It's always my pleasure, Chris. Thank you.
All right, stay with us. At the end of the show, we're going to get to your feedback, your thoughts. You can see the number here on the screen. Please text us at that phone number. We'll get to some of your texts in just a few moments. But first, big vote tomorrow in West Fargo. Are you going to vote yes or no on the $98 million bond referendum? Superintendent David Flowers joins us right after this.